Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I finally finished this beautiful vest this week. So today we're going to do the second part of the tutorial. We will find out how to switch the colors, how to join granny squares together, how to create the front and the back pieces of the vest, and finally we will add the ribbing to complete the entire project. This is actually my first time doing a close crochet tutorial, so if there's any confusion, please feel free to leave the comments down below. If you haven't watched the video on how to make the granny square, you definitely need to watch it first, or alternatively, you can actually use your own pattern, but it's best to keep the granny square dimension between 8 to 9 centimeters each. I'm going to use this light pink and baby blue yarn for this granny square. First, we're gonna finish the first circle by a single crochet, and then we will switch up to baby blue for round 2. To change colors, we just need to put the blue yarn into the pink loop, tie off the pink yarn at the back, and then chain 2 to keep working on the pattern. Here I finished the second round. I'll go back to the pink color by using the same technique. Usually we do each granny square separately and then we use a crochet needle to join them together. But for this vest, we need to crochet and put a patch together simultaneously. So when we reach the final round of the granny square, we start to connect it with the other piece. For example, I'm going to chain 3 on this pink granny square. Then put the pink yarn through the picot on the green one. And then we're gonna finish the pink picot by doing a slip stitch. So this is how we join the granny squares for this vest. Basically, just join every picot by using the same method. But it's important that only the corresponding picots could be joined, which means the center picot is connected to the center picot of another square, the corner picot is connected to the corner picot, the small picot is connected to the small one, and the big one connects to the big one. In order to help you understand the join points of each granny square, I've created this little pattern, so hopefully it can make it clear. We will need to have 64 granny squares and then join them together according to this pattern. So let's take a look at the pattern carefully. There is a large section which is the back of the vest. And these 2 pieces are the front. Then there is a back neck opening here. And the left and the right sides of the front neck opening. We also got 2 armholes. And at the top, these two are the shoulder lines. We just need to be aware that these two pieces are one granny square, just like the others. It's just because this is a flat diagram pattern, so the designer drew the shoulder part into two small sections. So I've now connected all the granny squares here. These are the shoulder parts I've just explained. So apparently they're a single patch instead of two small patches. So after we put patches together and before the ribbing, I would like to tidy up the thread, just trying to hide all of them into the granny square. Now it's time to add ribbing or edging to this vest, and we need to crochet the edges for 4 times by using different colors of yarn. I'll show you how to do the edgings on the armhole, and the rest of the vest will follow the same methods. We are going to start from the midpoint between the armhole patches, go all the way to the shoulder point, and then return back to the armhole. First, using a brown colored yarn and make a slip knot. Insert the yarn into the big picot of 2 patches. Then we do a single crochet and chain 1. Insert the hook into the next small picot, do a slip stitch and then chain 1. Insert the hook into the gap, then single crochet, chain 1. Insert the hook into the same gap, 1 single crochet and chain 1. Insert the hook into the next picot, slip stitch and chain 1. Insert the hook into the gap, 1 single crochet and chain 1. Then next picot, a slip stitch and chain 1. Insert the hook into the gap, a single crochet and then chain 1. Now we are at the corner of the armhole. There are 3 granny squares connect to each other and the 3 picots in the middle. So we do a double crochet between the first and the second picot. Then we do another double crochet between the second and third picot. After that, we insert the hook into the gap, do a single crochet and chain 1. Insert the hook into the gap again, a single crochet and chain 1. Slip stitch into the next picot, chain 1. Then a single crochet into the next gap and chain 1. Slip stitch into the next picot, chain 1. Insert the hook into the next gap, do a single crochet and then chain 1. Continue and slip stitch into the next picot, chain 1. A single crochet into the gap, then chain 1. Another single crochet into the same gap and chain 1. Slip stitch into the picot, chain 1. Now we are at the end of the first ribbing. We're gonna slip stitch into the first chain to finish this row. We are going to use the black color to crochet the next row of the edge. So we change color at the start point. Chain 1, single crochet into the next chain. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch and a single crochet into the next chain. So we're gonna repeat these stitches until the end. For the last row of the ribbing, we're going to use the green colored yarn. Chain 1, then single crochet into the next chain. Chain 3, skip 3 chains, and insert the hook into the 4th chain, and do a single crochet. Then chain 3. Skip 3 stitches. single crochet into the 4th chain. So we're gonna repeat these stitches until the corner where there are 3 granny squares connected. Here we arrived the corner, we're still gonna chain 3 first. And then we're gonna skip 5 stitches. And a single crochet into the 6th chain. Then we repeat the previous stitches until the end. So this is how we do the ribbing for the entire vest. And then we're going to crochet the edges from the midpoint of the back neck to the left shoulder, left front neck, left front vest, bottom, then all the way back to the right side and then finish at the back neck opening.